Hello world, Grizzly here. I want to show you guys my ExpertGrill I got from Walmart, $35. A couple little modifications here I'll show you guys right now. You'll see that I got everything here deconstructed and taken apart. So let me start this off and show you what I did here. Added these little, I don't know what you'd call them, kind of extended out the grill to block the extra air gap which they had. Once you put the fire bowl down inside there, you'll see that they leave quite a bit of a gap I had to cover in there. So the bowl's going to sit right here, come around, and go to this area right here. So for me that was just way too big of a gap. I'm here in the valley and unfortunately we get quite a bit of wind. To keep these guys up, if you don't fall out. Same thing with some steel. I'll show you. Cut these little strips out and put little bent ends right here. This way when I put these guys on, they can sit nice and smooth right there. So made 3 of them. You'll see that where the legs sit still can get some airflow through those guys out there. So let me put this bowl in and show you guys what we're talking about here. So you'll see getting that in and out is not necessarily the easiest, so I actually have me a nice little camp and breakdown shovel here that I just use to get the ashes in and out, because trying to pull that thing in and out every time isn't necessarily going to be your easiest of feats. So as you'll see, I managed to get rid of quite a bit of the air gap, still allowing enough to get in there through the bottom so it can keep plenty of oxygen fueled up inside of there to burn that bad boy. Second thing I did here is I actually don't put my water pan down there in the bottom. I found for some reason it diffuses too much heat and I just cannot get my temperatures up on the thermostat right here, the thermometer, sorry about that. So what I've done is just take the bottom grill that normally sits on top of said water pan, put that guy in there, and then I just use one of these cheap little from the dollar store's baking pan. You'll see it's got a little bit of liquid from my last smoke I just did yesterday. So I normally put that down in there, fill that up with water, find it's more than sufficient. Plus it doesn't absorb as much of the heat and allows that meat to cook a little bit better in there. Again, mind you, I do really low and very slow, but I still find that just kind of harnesses it a little too much trying to get that in there. So what I did was found a whole bunch of scrap sheet metal at work. I do maintenance work, so I had some laying around the shop. Actually found one that was already cut with this kind of bend in here, so the bend isn't necessary. If you can cut yours straight, that would be fine. But you'll see I just cut it out and again put 2 little bent ends there, so when it sits inside the grill it's not wanting to fall over. That just helps kick it there. And then I just took it around my knee and shaped a nice little curve on it. And the purpose of that is when I got my fire going down here and my grill up here, every time I would go to open this door, I know you're going to lose a little heat, but the amount of heat I was losing in the cooking area is ridiculous. Now mind you, when you got your top and everything all on right there, when I would open this, all the heat coming out of here was just killing my cooking time. And this little guy here, it would drop quick. So like I said, I was just finding way too much heat coming out when I was opening the door to either refuel or even just checking on the fire to make sure that it was giving me enough. So what I did was I found this little guy here and put him right up inside of there. So you'll see if it fits nice and perfect, nice and snug. You know, I'm sure losing a little bit here, but in comparison to where it was before, that has helped definitely tremendous. So, you know, that's pretty much the gist of it. This guy does go down in the bottom. As you can tell, I just pulled everything out and cleaned it. Make it all nice and fresh for my YouTube family out there. down in there, and then that guy just sitting nice and tight in there. For my next mod, what I am going to do is adapt some type of secondary door here that actually will have the 3 holes and make me a nice little venting area here so I can actually control it. My issue is that I'm still running across is making it to where I can either flap it up or to the side so that I can still feel my fire without completely taking the door off altogether. So magnets are in the thought process. I'm doing a little swing hinge here and here onto it. A couple little things kicking around. If any of you out there have some ideas, definitely feel free to leave some comments below. And for now, I'll leave you with, this is my slight modifications, just the 2 of them, the heat blocker here and the heat blocker on those vents as well. Next will come the vented door, and matter of fact, I do believe I'm actually going to change this out just to be on the safe side. In all reality, this may be what is the issue with me not being able to read my temps. So I'll keep everybody posted, but for now, there's the update that I promised with a little more detail and showing you guys exactly what I've done. Oh, and to give you a quick idea, here's my concept of the door modification. Is another piece of scrap metal. I'm going to finish cutting here on the bottom, and that little slot there actually allows for it to slide over the hinge and sit there. But again, it's just trying to figure out how to make this door itself open. Alright, well, if you guys have any comments, questions, feel free to leave them below and I will try to get back to you. Other than that, stay classy.